We often describe creativity as a sudden, divine flash of inspiration, the belief that an entirely original concept can be pulled from a blank slate. We attach this magical gift of spontaneous discovery to historical icons like Albert Einstein, assuming his brain operated on a higher, unreachable plane. But here is the reality. No matter how brilliant an idea might be, if it stays locked inside an individual's skull, it holds zero social value. To the rest of the world, an unexpressed thought essentially does not exist. The true bottleneck to innovation isn't a lack of profound thoughts. It's the failure to physically express them. Genuine creativity only acquires substance when you push an idea out into the external world through a physical act known as modeling. Creativity is never a creation from absolute nothingness. It is a tangible pipeline of gathering data, organizing it, and expressing it. It's a process of transcendence through accumulation. And because it is a mechanical sequence, anyone can learn it. The first step begins before you ever pick up a pen. Your brain requires a constant, heavy stream of raw materials from the outside world. But most people hit a cognitive wall right away. Educational systems and social norms push us into highly standardized routines. We read the exact same textbooks and execute the exact same procedures as everyone else, which starves the brain of new, diverse input. Breaking this first barrier requires deliberately choosing the unfamiliar. You have to place yourself in strange environments, avoid habitual choices, and read obscure texts to gather a set of unique modeling materials that belong exclusively to you. You can start simply by consciously engaging all 5 of your senses during mundane tasks. When drinking a cup of coffee, actively analyze its specific aroma, the physical texture of the mug, and the visual pattern of the liquid. Cultivating a rich library of creative input does not demand high intelligence. It requires courage to place yourself in different sensory environments than everyone else. Once those raw materials enter your nervous system, the limbic system and neocortex interact to process them. But gathering facts is only half the battle. The second cognitive barrier is the trap of passive consumption. You might watch incredible documentaries or read brilliant books, feel inspired for a fleeting moment, and let all that information evaporate. To retain and weaponize this data, you have to build personal systems. Whether you use mind maps, flowcharts, or extensive journaling, you need a methodical way to forge raw sensory impressions into highly structured mental images. Even physical movement plays a role. Walking provides reflection time to refine these connections, allowing disjointed ideas to snap together while you discard the noise. Without a deliberate internal system for arranging your thoughts, your experiences remain scattered. They will never mature into a structure capable of being implemented. Which brings us to the final gateway and the third major barrier. No matter how sophisticated your mental image is, you have to execute it. You have to force it out into the external world. In 1995, E. Paul Torrance showed modeling take shape across 3 arenas: research, art, and survival. In research, you test an alternative hypothesis against data to expand knowledge. In art, you reconstruct meaning, using symbols to make invisible experiences perceptible. And survival creativity is your practical wisdom in a crisis. It is the immediate model you build to negotiate a social conflict, or the mental map you draw to escape a sudden fire. Look at Leonardo da Vinci's mechanical sketches. These notes and diagrams represent the physical manifestation of his thoughts. They are his mental models made tangible. The specific medium you choose, whether it is a painted canvas, a mathematical flowchart, or a written escape plan, is secondary. The vital necessity is that your internal concept finally becomes an external reality. This continuous feedback loop of input, organization, and expression depends on specific societal and psychological conditions. Psychologist Robert Sternberg noted that you must adopt a legislative style of thinking. Instead of blindly following established procedures, you have to actively question existing frameworks so you can write completely new rules. When you propose new models, you will face failure and public skepticism. Surviving that friction requires an independent personality and an intrinsic motivation that draws lasting energy from the work itself, rather than from external praise. And the broader environment plays a crucial role. A culture must actively tolerate failure and fairly reward experimentation to provide the fertile soil needed for sustained creative output. If you have spent your life feeling uncreative, you likely just lacked the practice of modeling. Creativity is not an innate identity you either possess or lack. It is a mechanical, trainable action you choose to perform. The only thing left to do is start building your model.